Fastest lap for Alves, 1:19.0. Fastest lap for Matic, 1:18.2. Pit lane speed limit is 40 miles per hour. Pit exit is clear. You've had a black flag. We'll need to come into the pits. You need to come in for this penalty in the next 3 laps. Look out for the pit speed limit. The pit exit is clear. Push now. Your exit looks clear. Stay behind the line. That's a new fastest lap for Ravoni on 17.9. New fastest lap for Rice on 17.6. There's an incident in the first chicane. Looks like it's Netto. th place. All clear on pit exit.
Left side. We're clear on the left side.
The track temperature is falling. It's now 83 Fahrenheit. There's an incident in turn 6. Track temperature's decreasing. It's now 83 Fahrenheit.
First LMP3 car is the one that initially gets the tank slapper, and then as Frederick Schwartz comes around, not often that you see a prototype upside down and sliding down the banking, but there's a first for everything, as it rights itself as well. 10 out of 10 on that.
Yeah, maybe not so good on the actual flips, but stuck the landing. Well done.
Not bad at all. Le Boutelet again, the long way around on Mangan, and despite the fact that he went deep a lap ago, he's already made that ground back up. They've got touring car traffic to navigate through as well. Will they be sandwiched 3 wide? No, they won't. Mangan holds on for now.
Had to back off because of Brad Newman getting in the way there, so that the outside line was taken away. But what that's doing is giving the outside line into the international horseshoe. That's not a traditional move, is that one? And well, it didn't work out this time, but you feel with 15 minutes to go in this race, you can feel that little bit of desperation coming in now from Thomas Le Boutelet, from his driving, wanting to move forward in front of Oscar Mangan.
Is this where experience in iRacing will play dividends as well? Will Mangan and Fletcher be able to hold on? Frederick Schwartz, by the way, got tangled up with Rui Rodriguez. I can tell you that was the other LMP3 car that got mixed up because he's also in pit lane. Schwartz, I think, will be officially done for the day. This is great battling. I'm loving it. But Nathan Moore's loving it even more. 11 seconds clear at the front. And Paul, let's not forget, an hour into this race, we had 4 cars at the front split by under a second. This goes to show how important strategy will truly be in any sprint endurance race, no matter what it is.
Yeah, certainly, and knowing the strategy, knowing how to play things out, and knowing how that's going to work is certainly going to be one of interest for next week as well, because, okay, they're not going to be in these LMP3 cars next week, but you do get a feel of how the track behaves, how the tyre wear happens, how the cars are going to work through traffic. It just gives you those ideas. You asked earlier in the race, why would you do this race if you're not going to be in these cars next week? Well, this is why. It's giving you that racing experience.
And there is no practice that can substitute for this race experience at the end of the day, especially when it comes to traffic management. Karin Zengunez has just gotten in front of Damon Woods, Lucas Muller, Sven Haase at the back of this pack for 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th in the GT4s. I mean, this is tense stuff for all of them, and I'm just very happy. I'm relieved that, knocking on wood as I say this, I know we've got 13 minutes left to go, but in each of the last 2 years, we've had rather big issues on the banking with traffic interactions. We haven't had that so far today. They've kept things relatively clean and green for the most part, although right on cue, just as Arjuna talks about clean and green, someone else has an issue.
Yeah, it's all your fault. I know Lewis doesn't believe in the commentator's curse, but I do. And this is going to be all on his own, just around, carrying too much speed into the international horseshoe and around the go. Meanwhile, you saw in the live pictures that was in the bottom right-hand corner, getting a bit feisty between Mangan and Le Boutelet into the Le Mans chicane, almost rubbing panels side to side going into the braking zone of that chicane.
It does seem as though Mangan's a bit of a sitting duck in a straight line, because look at how Le Boutelet always just continues to close, but then stalls out as he pops out of the draft. They play some side drafting games, NASCAR style, as well as unloading off the banking once again with more touring car traffic in front of them. That's Fabian Siegmann. Laboutelet so committed to the outside because Mangan's giving him nowhere else to go. But lap after lap after lap, it's not working. Laboutelet is going to have to try and find another way through.
Is Mark Fletcher just sat there thinking, do you know what, boys? You carry on scrapping, and when you eventually wipe each other out, I'll take that second place. Yeah, sounds like a good plan. And that's what it looks like is happening here for Mark Fletcher. He's just sat there enjoying what's happening in front.
Sun as well just continues to move around, not necessarily something that we've talked about too much today as we run in towards the late afternoon, early evening in Sunshine State. Plenty of cover for us, but as Gaio Valero sees Mark Fletcher getting a little bit sideways and having to get out of the power as they run back onto the banking. One thing that next week we're going to be dealing with in the iRacing Daytona 24, Paul, is that day-night transition, the run into the night as well. These drivers aren't too worried about the balance of their car shifting in a 2-hour and 24-minute race, but over 24 hours, even in the middle of January, it's going to be something to worry about.
I mean, the track temperature was, what, 27 degrees Celsius at the starters race. It's down to 22. Well, it's just dipped below 22 now. So that just goes to show that even in this race, 5 degrees of difference in track temperature will have an effect on how the cars handle and how they the balance goes for these cars. Mark Fletcher had issues out there because he's dropped back from these two as... I know we saw him have that little bit of a wiggle, but I didn't think it was that much of a gap that he lost.
Might have been a bit of a slowdown to serve as well, but no matter what the case is there, as poor Mangan goes very defensive into the international horseshoe. He was almost in the grass before the braking zone. The zebra again forced the long way around it. I mean, this is amazing racing to watch. They are putting on a real spectacle. They are closing on Nathan Moore as well. Not by large leaps by any means, but that gap now down to 8.5 seconds, so it goes to show that it's not like Oscar Mangan is slow here. Laboutelet is just really piling on the pressure with what will, at this point, I feel confident in saying about 6 or 7 laps to go.
You're that confident that you say it's either 6 or 7.
Exactly.
It's about 7 laps, I think. 6.5 laps to go for the race leader in this one. Now the question is Nathan Moore's pace just dropping off because of traffic?
Good luck. Good luck, guys.
Minutes. You've not got much time to sort this out. 10th position. Follow car number 04. Catch up to car number 04. We need to catch car number 04. Okay, Michael, stay calm, focus. Green, green, green. 15 minutes remaining, 15 minutes to go. Incident in turn 1. It looks like Roberts. Sweet start, mate. Keep it coming. P8. Leader has just done a 118.6.
On the left. Your left's clear.
Come on, Michael. Don't panic. We'll get him back. E9. Your last lap time was at 122.6. think P5 has binned it in turn 7. There's an incident in turn 8. We think it might be Marty. Yellow flag. There's an incident in the first chicane. It looks like it's Goring.
Oh my god, man. Me cago en tu puto madre.
Looks like
¿Qué
P4 has
cojones,
binned it in the second chicane.
¿Qué cojones, tío, haces, tío? No problem, report. No
Alright,
problem.
Michael, the next car is
Bye bye, Apple.
Walker. Good stuff, mate. This is fucking excellent. P5.